high style gear that he's got to protect this, and he's got to protect that. He's got this done. So if I throw a flat snap, chances are he's seen it before. So how do I create it? How do I throw that flat snap and make it hit that it's different? Use of knuckle alignment and targeting. Release your inner Kung Fu Panda. Alright, what do I mean by that? Your knuckles are your targeting mechanism. Don't look at your blade will lie to you. Your hand's going to tell you what to do. What do I have to do to hit him with a flat snap? Up and down. I have to have my hand higher than the shield. If I don't, where's it going to go? Square into here. Well, look what he just did. How do I hit him even though he's blocked there? No, hand has to go. If I just serve soup, where's it going? It's going up and over. No stop. But he throws it up. I've thrown my knuckles down into his skull. The same thing, he goes into guard. I want to hit him with an offside. Hit him with an offside here. How do I create that offside? He loves this offside. My knuckles have come out, and then I've pushed him back in his helmet. If I come out and I keep going, it's not going to hit it. Same thing as you guys who love to throw these shots into the ribs and do this wonderful Zorro thing. Where's the force of that shot going? Back out that direction. So, that's the first principle. Knuckles in. And the reason I say release your inner Kung Fu is it's a bad Kung Fu release. If I want to hit something, I have to be able to get past his target and put my knuckles in. Same thing, I want to hit that leg, where do my knuckles go? Into that leg. A lot of people will throw and they swing down there. Don't swing. If I put my knuckles, my sword can't even go down. Release in. What I'm talking about here. Yep. You're going to put it to use shortly. How else can I create angles?
You're the instructor. Move. He's engaging the claps.
Creation of angles with subtle body movement. We know that you can run around there, but what's going to happen when I move like this? Is he going to stand there and let me do it? He's going to follow me. So go ahead, you're going to follow me. But what happens? What has he not adjusted to?
Foot.
My head's up here, my foot's slid out here. Why? Because now I've created that angle. If I'm standing straight up on him, that angle's pretty hard to get. But if I'm here, subtle body movement, even though he pulled the shield over, same thing. We're standing up, I want to hit him in the leg. We're going back and forth, we're going back and forth. I throw this, my upper body's straight. This foot is slid out. He hasn't really adjusted to it, but what does that allow me to suddenly do? I'm sorry about that.
On the other leg.
So, subtle body movement. You don't want him to catch on. Chances are he's a really good fighter. You've seen it before. He's going to turn to beat you. How does Takamatsu create angles? With his feet. Raw foot movement. You have to be stronger, clear fighters or technical fighters that can create their angle out here when he's chasing, and they create their subtle angle here to create that angle. So what three do we have so far? What three ways to make angles do we have so far?
Ankle, knuckle,
Yeah.
body movement,
Subtle body movement. Footwork.
I'm still absorbing it. Okay, that's it.
All right, before I go to the other ones, we're going to skip ahead and we're going to go to defensive retreats, which if you're running backwards, how should it be done? Fast. Fifth gear.
Straight back and slow.
If you go straight back, you should never be over 3. Directly behind. If it is 3 and you're following past 3, it's probably a trap. Because what happens is I chase him forward. What is the natural movement of his sword and shield? They come together as the person moves backwards. The person chasing goes what? They open up. So one, you don't want to chase past 3. Number two, usually the guy who's going past 3, he's either a noob or he's laying a trap for you. Walk into my briar patch. So,
You're giving away all my secrets. Come on.
yeah, stop thrusting the chest. All right, so discounting straight back, which is a more advanced way of doing it because you're laying a trap. How should it be done? We'll call them C's or J's. Now, what's the difference? Random letters. He's coming after me. I'm going back, and I'm going back. That would be a J. I'm probably going to go back a step or 2, and then I'm going to roll out. A C would be he's coming after me. So now that we have the C and J, defensive, there's 2 ways that you can roll with that. Offensive and defensive. I want you to come and step out and hit me in the ass. Not really hit me in the ass, but
That was your chance.
Yes!
So we're sitting here. I've got 2 ways that I can react to that. Well, I can sit here and get hit, but I don't want to do that. So there's offensive and defensive. Defensive is what? I react to the pressure. My foot closest to him goes, boom, we're in a neutral position. I have a half beat up on him because he's into my shield, I'm here, but it's a pretty neutral position. All right? Same thing again. He's coming to hit me in the butt.
Step into it.
Go in.
If I go with the foot away from movement, it is offensive because now I've hit him. And the stronger he comes in, the harder he's going to take it in teeth. And if he doesn't take that rolling, just take a step here without moving that leg. So I can demonstrate. If I move here, guess what happens? It's very heinous. Now, it is counterintuitive in your mind to move the leg that's away from the pressure. You always want to move this one to get away, but you need to work with your buddy. We're going to do a little bit of that. Offensive, defensive, C and J's. So we're going to work on, the guy steps in like this. Yep. You're going to react to me. I'm going to hit him in the butt. Defensive would be stepping out that way. Okay, so back again. Offensive would be this foot swings around. That's terrible, isn't it? Okay, now, that's exercise number 1. Number 2 would be, I'm going to hit him in the ribs. I used to fight with a guy named Duncan. He's a very large man with an angry stick. He liked to either pass you here and light you up, or he would pass you here and light you up, all 6'5" of him. So, how do you keep him from doing that? All right, so you're going to come over here, pass me and hit me in the ribs. What's my natural instinct? Defensive. Semi-neutral, I have a half-beat advantage on him because I've moved. He comes again. Guess what happens when I step here? It's a wholly terrible thing. It's not natural, but I tell you what, it takes an angry 6'5" man and keeps him from hitting you because he doesn't want to pass you anymore. All right, so you're passing me to hit me in the ribs. I moved 1 foot. All right. And so if you covered your face somehow, I still have your arm down to your armpit, right? If not, I can be mean or merciful, however you look at it, and punch you in the face. So, give it a fight. If you have a choice, offensive movement stops it very quick. People will stop rushing you, which is great. I'm a gunslinger. People think that I like to bruise it out. That's a great PR on my part. I don't like to because that randomizes it. But if I can convince you in a couple passes that's not something you like doing, and you stand there, I'm perfectly fine to gunsling all day long because it stops randomizing the fight. I come out here and I throw a flat tap. Shields come up. I throw an offside. Shield comes over. What does that open? Leg. That is a basic example of using a sword to open shots. Don't come up to your opponent and go, that feels like a little trap. What do I do? Throw some throws. Do something to get it open. Everybody's going to have a tight defense. So use that sword. How is he going to react to UTLC? How is he going to react to my offside? All right, well, what do I notice? He's rolling his sword out, so maybe next time I roll it up here and swing up. That is using your sword to open. Really simple. Any questions on that? All right, use the body phase to get opening. So I'm back to Santiago. I see that nice juicy leg. But what happens when I go like this? He's going to hit me. But what happens when I throw here? That's the use of a body feint. Same thing. I know people are afraid of my offside leg. So what happens a lot of time? That's using a body feint. Simple one. I'm going to throw an outside shot here. I'm going to throw here. Or I'm going to throw for a high offside. No. You'll be amazed how you get away with it. Now it is the antithesis of what we did earlier, which is being sneaky. All right, I've shifted my foot out. This time you want them to see it. All right, and the final way, I call it the mojo chain. Once you have something on somebody, or he's afraid of a certain shot, even if you near miss, say it's that high offside that I like to throw. Bang, 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 what's going to happen with his sword? He's going to start cheating it up. So if he starts cheating it up, you can play it up, and where am I going to hit him? I'm going to flat snap this square. Well now, he's jittery because I flat snapped it 3 times in the temple. He's scared of this, so he's got done what? His stuff is up. It doesn't even matter if you hit him hard enough to kill him, once you get him scared of it, like seeing something else throw it, recognize that I've got my guy twitchy. Now, there's all sorts of twitchy up here. Or he's sucking this hand up right on the outside and now he doesn't know. Once you get him scared, you don't know what's he's going to pull it in. So that's how you do mojo chain. First, recognize what is your best killing shot. Make him respect the shot even if you don't kill him. Now, make it look like you're going to sell it to him a lot. Don't. Because if you do the same shot over and over, you can eventually get to 100% bad. But from there, you can make him with that hand feint, that body feint. Oh, I'm throwing that big shot. Bang. I mean, once you work on it, you'll get a hand twitch and you'll get a guy spinning so long. He's afraid of you go in one direction or the other that you know where long. All right. We did defensive retreat should be sharp J or C. We did all offensive and defensive movement. Visualizing putting your fingers on the target when you're working a new shot, or you're really just, how do I hit it? I can recall like you. He gets into position. I want to hit him in those ribs. I have a hard time seeing those ribs. How do I hit those ribs? If I work it through practice, I can see and stick my hand on it. You should be able to put your sword. The biggest mistake is people want to put their edge here. Don't. Put your fingers on your target. Let your hips and your body carry the through. Because I don't want to slice him this way. I want to cut through his ribs. Same thing. He's protecting from a flat snap. I need to get high. Well, if I stick my fingers on it, it's great. If I throw here, what happens? You can get shield. So visualize when you're working on new shots, like high offside. Put my fingers on his temple. If that's what I'm thinking when I'm throwing it, I'm going to follow through and hit him hard enough in the temple. If I'm not, what's going to happen? I'm going to tink him in the temple and he's going to crush me. So, how do you throw a shot when you're working out a new shot? Fingers. Put your fingers on it. When you're actually fighting, put your knuckles on it. Because that's what will turn the force in your direction, is however your knuckles are going. If it is a back edge shot or wrap, obviously, it's your thumb. Anything fore edge, like I want to throw a slot. I've come past here, that's not going to do it. But what happens when I turn my knuckles in and drop my hips? Even though I don't have a whole lot of room, but because I've not allowed my wrist to break off in a weird direction, it's through my target, boom, it's going to hit. So, everyone How's that? Knuckles on target. Try a new shot. Stick your fingers on target.